Hey, we're hanging back out at Buck Junkies Deer Camp today. I pulled out a couple backstraps from a big old buck I shot last season. Today I'm gonna show you how I do butterflied backstrap steaks. Let's get it. So y'all, when we put these backstraps up after we get them processed, we always vacuum seal them, always take the time to go ahead and trim all that silver skin. Anything I don't want on the meat comes off before it goes in the freezer. That way, when you're ready to cook them, all you gotta do is thaw it out and cut it up how you like it. This is one big backstrap that I had split in half when we vacuum sealed it. What I like to do is take this backstrap, stretch it out a little bit, and you wanna cut it to where you can butterfly it. So to me, that's about 4 fingers wide, and let me show you why. Once I get this piece of backstrap cut, it makes a nice like fillet, but it's really too thick to cut like that. So I like to make a split steak, and that's where the butterflying comes from. So what we do is we cut these steaks about the same size. I just take one, move it, kind of use it as a guide. This last one may end up being a little bit wider, that's okay. But what we do now to butterfly them is we take that piece that we cut and we go right in the dead center of it, and we cut down about 3/4 of the way. You don't want to cut all the way through it. That way when you take it and fold it, it'll fold right out into a perfect steak. Now I'm just flipping them all over so we can get some seasoning on them. Hit them with a little bit of a binder, some olive oil today, just a light drizzle. You can use whatever you like. We're just gonna rub that in with our hands. So we're gonna hit them with a light layer, Swine Life Prime Beef. Yeah, it's good on deer meat too, not just steak. Then we're gonna hit it with a little bit of my AP rub. And last but not least, for a little texture, I got some of my TX. That's that real coarse salt, real coarse pepper. Then I'm just gonna kind of pat the sides with what's on the board. I'm not really picking it up and seasoning the sides. We're just kind of touching them, making sure we get a little seasoning on the outer edges because we want those flavored too. But just work all that seasoning in a little bit. I mean, these steaks are gonna sit here for about 15 minutes while I go outside and get some coals hot. All right, y'all, so I've got my Primo ceramic grill fired up, a little 2-zone fire action, some hot lump coals, running about 550 degrees. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take each of these steaks and put it right over, let it start searing, press it down. It's gonna cook how I set it on the grill here. It's gonna take about 3 minutes on each side. You don't wanna overcook deer meat. I'm a medium rare man. That's where I want these. I think that's where we're gonna get them today. Let's close the lid, set a timer for 3 minutes. All right, after 3 minutes, it's time to turn these backstrap steaks over. We're getting some sear action on them. They still got a little ways to go. Looking good though. Get the lid closed and run them another 3 minutes. As they get to about 115 internal, I move them over to the cool side of the grill. I'm just gonna let them slowly creep up. And I flip these back over so they get a little more sear because they were the ones that were up towards the front. So we're gonna close it down for about another minute, and we ought to be close. We're ready to take these steaks up. It only took about 7 total minutes grilling them over these hot coals. So I just brought these steaks in and let them rest here on the cutting board just for about 5 minutes. Doesn't take long, and I'm fixing to get one of these juicy ones here, and we're gonna cut into it and see how we did. This is the best part of the day, y'all. And I'm just cutting them into thin strips for y'all, but take a look at this. Perfect medium rare, fine deer steak, Mississippi raised right here at Buck Junkie Farm. And y'all know I'm finna go in for that bite. That's the way deer is supposed to be ate. You don't get a wild taste on deer if you cook it right. That's the big thing. A lot of people overcook deer meat. If you take your time, get your grill the right temp, stay with it, it'll turn out perfect every time. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us today at camp. Y'all wanna see us talk about this recipe, all the other stuff we're doing here at the farm, listen to the Buck Junkie podcast. You can find it wherever you get your podcast. We're also on all the social platforms. Y'all got questions, comments, hit us up on those too. We'll see you next time.